One, two, three.
Hey guys, my name is Shubham Kejriwal and today in this video I will be giving you some tips using which you would be able to do a little bit better on your exams, on your midterms, on your quizzes or anything else that you have to go through in college. So we all know how important it is for being able to do better in your classroom so that you have a better chance of getting into a good university for your master's program or get a better job by presenting the company your transcripts. Now it's not to say that you always have to keep yourself on the top on the marks list, like you do not have to score 20 out of 20 or 18 out of 20 or something like that. That's not really important. What is important is the fact that you stay in the top few people at all time. Even if you're scoring like 12 out of 20, if the class average is around 8 or 7 or something like that, and if you have scored 12 and that is one of the top scores in your classroom, I think that is actually a pretty good score. And all of my tips are going to be with respect to that, like how you would be able to do better than your peers in your classroom and not how you would be able to top your examination. And so I'm going to give you 5 tips with one bonus tip at the very end of this video, which will tell you how exactly to get up to the ranks of your toppers in the class that you can compete with. Now it's not to say that I'm the best student in my classroom, but the thing is that I try to stay in the top 2 or 3 people in my classroom, and that is what makes the whole of the difference. I am a second year BSc Physics student, as most of you might know, here at Shivnada University in Greater Noida, India. And except for my curricular lifestyle, I also try to participate in most of the extracurricular activities. I am a part of the Physics Society. I am the core committee member and the executive committee head of the Physics Society. Except for that, I do YouTube, which takes a whole lot of time. So everything that you see on this channel, from video recording to editing, from uploading and to thumbnail making and marketing of the videos and replying to your comments, all of that is done solely by me, which is a whole lot of work. And in case you appreciate that, subscribe to the channel. But yeah, that's something that I do too, and that also takes a whole lot of time of mine. But the point is, even after doing all of this stuff, I still try to maintain my position of the top 1 or 2 or 3 rankings in my classroom, which is something that I do achieve. And so here we go. Here are the 5 top tips that I would like to give you guys, with one bonus tip at the end of the video, which might be able to help you. First of all, let's get done with the cliche stuff. So you might have heard a lot of people saying that you need to have a really good time management and you should be able to not procrastinate a lot. Well, people keep saying that because it's actually true, to be very honest. Like, you might think that you are not spending a lot of time on your phone and that you might be sitting on your phone for, I don't know, 1 hour or 2 hours in a day. But guess how much you, on an average, an Indian does spend on their smartphone, in case they have one? Around 6 hours out of the 24 hours. So 1/4 of the entire day you are on your phone. So I would recommend you this app called Usage Time. It's on Play Store. I would link it down in the description box. You can take a look at that app, download it, and it would tell you the amount of time for which you have been using your phone for in the entire day. My average can go up to about 10 to 11 hours of usage in a regular day. And that's depressing, but yeah, I try to minimize on that. The second tip of mine is related to what you can do in your classroom. One important point that you should keep in mind in case you want to score higher in your examinations is the fact that you should attend most of your classes as far as possible. Well, think about it. In case you are not attending your classes, you would not even know what happened in the class in the first place. So how do you expect that after taking someone else's note at the end of the semester, you would be able to go through each one of those topics that you had no idea about the day before? That are going to come in the examination, and that is going to be very difficult for you to deal with later on. Rather than that, what you can do is attend each one of those classrooms, actually just sit and listen. And more than that, may even make notes, which is my other point in the classroom setup. Try making the best notes that you possibly can. Now for me, what works out is the fact that I make notes with certain keywords and then write down special points under those keywords. For example, if my teacher is talking about standing waves, I would just write down the topic and then write down some important points inside of it, such as what are nodes and antinodes, what type of waves are important, what type of standing waves do we actually see in nature, and something like that. You get the idea. Tip number 3 is the fact that you should be able to solve tutorials and assignments that the teachers give you. So one thing which is very common in classrooms all around the world is the fact that you get tutorials and problem sets after a set of classes, Now, in case you do go through those tutorials, you would be able to revisit some of the topics that were covered in class, and that way you would be able to revise the whole topic and further know how to solve one particular problem using the set of tools that you learned in class. That's a win-win situation. You get your tutorial done. In case you have marks associated with them, you get those marks and you get a revision, and you are able to implement your knowledge onto a particular problem. So definitely solving a lot of tutorials and assignments can help you a lot. Number four, you should ask questions in classrooms. Well, that is pretty much the point of having a classroom. Otherwise, online open courseware is available freely, and it would have taken over academia a long time ago in case this particular point wasn't true. The fact that you can ask questions in a live classroom, and in fact you should be motivated to do so. Now again, there is a disclaimer here. Do not be that annoying person who keeps asking questions every 2 minutes, stopping the lecturer from their lecture and disturbing the whole class. Do not do that. That's very annoying. But in case you have a genuine doubt which is very much related to the topic that is being covered in the class at that particular moment, definitely go for it. Set a quota for the number of questions that you can ask. Maybe 2 questions, 3 questions per class, but not more than that, because then your classmates are gonna hate you. Let me be very clear about that. And number 5 would be that you do not have to stress a lot. The one thing that actually ruins a lot of examinations and used to ruin a lot of my examinations was stress. Again, this might sound a little bit cliched, but when you're going through those definitions and those theorems, at the very last moment, it is gonna mess your exam up, because your mind is gonna confuse it with the subjects and topics that you learned before, and it's not a really nice thing to do. I would recommend that at least an hour before the examination, you should stop studying. I have been through a lot of stressful moments before examinations, but try watching a stand-up comedy on YouTube or something like that in case you are not able to control your exam anxiety beforehand. At least that's true for me. In case I do that and go to my examination hall, try to write a paper, I know I have messed up already because I wasn't supposed to do that. So here's a bonus tip for all of you guys who stayed back till the end of this video, and it's the fact that you need enough sleep before the examination. I have seen people who would stay up all damn night long and would try to write an exam the next day, and let me be very honest about the fact, in case you do that, you're not gonna get even average marks, even in case you have prepared really nicely for that particular examination. And well, you shouldn't have the need to study the whole night long right before the examination, in case you have really prepared for the examination beforehand and taken a look at the other points that I mentioned in this video. And summing all of it up, at least for me, after keeping all of these points in my mind, managing my time, skipping procrastination, attending all the classes, solving tutorials, writing good notes, asking questions whenever possible, not taking a lot of stress, and finally sleeping the night before the examination. Once I have taken a look at all of these points, I am able to score good in classrooms, even if I have a whole lot of stuff stacked up that I have to do otherwise. And well, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I would be seeing you guys next time when I make another such video. I have a few others planned up of the same type, and I hope you guys are gonna enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Shubham Kejriwal, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.